Hello guys, LifeHackster here. I realized that my Reolink NVR is more than 5 years already, and I'm just wondering that its hard drive is going to give way sometime soon. So I was thinking of having a backup. I used to have a separate computer running the Reolink client app and recording, and because it was an older computer, it was not reliable. Instead of getting another computer to be my backup, I decided to get another Reolink 8-channel NVR and just by itself. In the front, you will have navigation buttons and menu, which I barely use because I use the mouse. We have a USB port, status lights, and design-wise, this NVR hasn't changed since I bought one more than 5 years ago. Also on the side, there is a fan hole, but there's no fan, and this thing is quiet. This is why I chose this instead of the 16-channel, which has an annoying fan noise. On the back, we have an on and off switch, power port, audio out, another USB port, HDMI, VGA if you still use one, and we have an eSATA port to add an external hard drive. We have the LAN port to connect to your network. We have the 8 Ethernet ports for your cameras, which we'll not use in this setup, and I'm just going to use the LAN port. I'll be showing you how I'll set this up, and also I'm hitting 2 birds with 1 stone on this one. First, I'm going to have a backup, and my Reolink cameras will be recording to both NVRs. And the second one is that I can set another monitor, and you're probably already seeing where it is. Now I can see what's going on around the house while at my studio office, and also another monitor out there in my living room area. The only thing though, because I have plugged in most of my Reolink cameras in the back of my older NVR, to make this work, I need to plug them in my network. And to do this, I need a separate PoE switch. A few weeks ago, I made a video on the best setup for Reolink NVRs, which I will link down below if you haven't seen it yet. And watch it after you watch this video. And I did link a cheaper alternative PoE switch on that video. Well, I bought it to test it out. This is the Mokerlink 8-port PoE switch. PoE plus 100 megabits per second, and with a 120 watt built-in power. Inside the box, we have a quick start guide. We got the PoE switch itself. I got the 8-port one, and this is where I'm plugging in my cameras. And there are 2 ports for uplink, and this is where you're going to connect to your router or network switch. On the back is the plug-in for your power cord. And we have vent holes on the sides. To better illustrate what I'll do, I'll show this using a whiteboard. Normally, your internet setup at home would be like this. You'll have an internet modem and router, which most of the time it just comes in one combo unit. And because the router will only have like 4 Ethernet ports, most likely you'll also have a network switch. To have Ethernet ports in your rooms, like for your computers, in newer houses anyways. By the way, stick here to the end because I'll tell you something about older homes that used to have dial-up phones. I'm hoping you don't use them anymore. And they're RJ12 phone jacks. And in this network switch or even in the router, this is where you connect your NVR. And most of you, including me, also plug in your IP NVR cameras to the back of the NVR. Just a note, there are still other brands that just sells the NVR and they don't have PoE ports for the cameras in the back. This is where the Mokerlink PoE switch comes into play. I'll be connecting this to my network and I'll be unplugging my cameras from my older NVR and plugging them into my PoE switch. And because the cameras are in my network now, I can easily add another Reolink NVR as long as I can plug it into my network. Now let's make this happen. I set up my backup NVR in my office and I have my Reolink track mix and a PoE switch, and my Reolink doorbell is connected via Wi-Fi, and as you can see, my second NVR can see them, but not my cameras that are plugged into the back of my NVR. And this is why I need to use the PoE switch. I just need to unplug each of my cameras from my older NVR and plug them into the PoE switch. Now there is one other thing that I need to do. As you can see, my cameras were automatically found by the NVR when they are added to my network. And this is because when I set this up and plug them into the back of the NVR, I didn't set a device password for each camera. So it is using the default password that Reolink assigned, which is blank. And because it is now outside the security of the NVR, it is a must now that I need to set a device password for each camera. And to do this, and I'm not able to do this through the NVR or through the app, I have to do this through my computer connected to my network and the Reolink client app. Click the plus sign and it will show your cameras connected to your network. And when you click on the camera that has an empty password, it will prompt you to create a device password. And do this for each of the cameras that were used to be connected to the back of the NVR. Now, you will need to re-log in on the cameras on the NVRs using the password that you made. And that's it. You now have the perfect setup for your Reolink NVR system. Now I have both NVRs recording my Reolink cameras, and I have monitors set up for each. And I can easily add additional NVRs if I want to, and I just have to connect the LAN port to my network. And another thing on the app, if you have selected automatically add devices, it will clutter the app when you scroll down. Just delete the camera if the camera is already in your NVR list. Now, you don't have to have a setup like this with a monitor if you just want a backup. You do have to initially set it up with a monitor though, but after that, you can unplug the monitor and even unplug the NVR, place it in a discrete location, and what I like is how small the form factor is compared to a desktop computer. You can place this anywhere and just hide it in plain sight. And as long as you can connect it to a power plug and your network, it will automatically record when you turn it on. You can even tape over the status light so that it will not bring attention to itself. Now just add this NVR backup to the app so that you can monitor it and check it once in a while, making sure it is online and is working. Alright, a network tip if you're living in an older house, when your house was wired with landline phones. Do you know that the phone jack, which is most likely in every room in your house plus the living room and kitchen, they're actually wired using Cat5e's Ethernet cables. So with little network wiring know-how, you can repurpose this for wired network in your house without dropping any more network wiring. I can't guarantee what your builder used though, but just check. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.